Hey guys, so today I'm making a small short video about a problem that I had with my car. So we are looking at a taillight from a E-class 97 year manufacturer, so it's a W210 chassis. And I had this, basically since I owned the car, I had a problem with lamp defective showing on my dashboard. I looked at the forums and I did basically everything. As in, I cleaned the contacts on the bulb holder, I guess, and on the lamp itself. That fixed it for a while, but then it came back. I guess the problem is mostly from the way it's constructed. Basically you have like these traces and the holder isn't fixed in position. You have the bulb in it and you take it out to change the bulb, which is was quite weird for me, to be honest, because there's a taillight from a Mark IV Golf about the same era, and you have the same traces or wires coming to the socket bulb holder, but it's fixed in the place. You change the bulb by turning it because it's the bayonet. Yeah, that's the same, but yeah, it's fixed, and there it isn't, which is, I guess, the problem with the contact. Basically I checked all the bulbs and they were all the lights, and they were all lit up. I checked it with a multimeter, everything seemed to be working, but yeah, still basically every time I hit like a pothole or a speed bump and then I was braking, it would show up. So then I knew, okay, that must be the brake lights. That's the brake light right there. Then I looked at like aftermarket LEDs, tail lights, and they had, for the brake light, they had the basically circuit board with a bunch of LEDs, but as for the indicator, they had a bulb holder with wires coming into it. So I'm like, okay, that means that somebody, I assume in China, is making these, so I should get one. I looked at AliExpress and yeah, I found some. Look at this socket, the original one. You have 1 and 2 prongs, or these little plastic divots that, yeah, you can see there. They are not across, they're basically across at an angle like that. If you look at this one, it used to have 4 of these, but I used pliers and some brute force to do something like that with them. It's about the same, but the problem is, well, I didn't really find any measurements on the AliExpress listing, but the inner part has to be the same, just for the standardized bulb to fit in. But yeah, that's also one problem. These use a, should say right there, P21, oh there, P21 4 watts, so it's a 2 filament bulb, and the low beam is 4 watts, the high beam is 21 watts. which is quite uncommon. I also found like forum listing where somebody changed them for this style just so he couldn't find these bulbs locally. Yeah, these are P21 5, so 5 watts. Not really big change, but yeah. The bulbs aren't interchangeable because these notches are in different places. But yeah, if you use the correct bulb, that will work. But the outside diameter isn't the same as these. And it doesn't make contact anymore here. You just solder these connections to there. But I found one that fits quite well. But there's another problem with it, which I found out about 5 to 10 seconds after I installed them on the car and we were testing it, if it works. And let's see if you find out what the problem is. These fit really well. So if you them correctly, yeah, they click into place very nicely. I can hold the whole tail light from that. Great. What isn't great about these, as you can see, that's the wire on these, and that's the wire's size diameter on these, which is about half. Yeah, what that did is the wire started to melt. These aren't as bad, but this one is very big. It's shorted the fuse, so it's which hardened it. Yeah, it's melted. So quite hard to get the bulb holders. Okay, so don't buy those. I guess the best would be to use just like on the aftermarket LEDs, like a wire harness. So you would have this connector and then wires coming out of it. It would be great to find one. I'll check on AliExpress if I can get this type of connector, and then holders like this for all 3 of them. That would be, I guess, the best possibility, and I'll just not use this one on the light itself. I'm not really sure what type of metal that is, but I guess it has some coating on it, or like paint. It's painted with something. I tried to solder onto it and it didn't really catch on it. There you can see I was testing on this. Then I sent it the part down, and then it did send then it did solder onto it. So yeah, you have to send down the part where you want to solder, and preferably use some soldering paste or flux, so it's making a better contact. And yeah, I hope that will be a permanent solution, so I don't have this issue that I had for years with my car.